So, I've already kind of got, like, I mean, like, I've got, like, I've already made my tier list, so I'm going to pull it up here, but I'm going to, for the sake of all of this, we're gonna kind of put it all together. So, starting with Call of Duty number 1, the OG. Never played it before. Okay. I have. That was the very first game I ever touched, ever played. There's 4 tiers for me, so I need to actually take out some of these. Delete that. Delete that.
I technically have 6. If you include the never played tier. I might do A, B, S, A, B, C, F.
So we're doing God tier for S.
Oh god.
And then A tier for me is gonna be great games.
Alright, let me do something real quick.
B is okay games. I'll explain, and then for me, and so C is not great.
S here, A here.
I guess like I'm just gonna put nah, but like, so for so starting with the OG, I've played it. It was the first game I ever learned. I was 4 years old. Finally, like, annoyed the shit out of my dad enough to where he was like, okay, fine, I'll teach you how to play video games. It was a good game. Good, solid game. In terms of how it fares against the rest of the franchise, I'm gonna put it at okay, just because even though it's the first one, it was okay. You know, like, how it fares against, like, the rest of the franchise. Like, it's just another, like,
installment.
Yeah, kind of, it's just another, like, shooter, basically. Like, I'm just kind of like, for me, it's very nostalgic in the fact that it was my very first video game that I ever played, and that's why I love the Call of Duty franchise so much. But it's just also one of those games where it's like, if you went back and played it today, you'd be like, okay, it's okay. Like, yeah. So you've never played it before.
Yep.
Which is okay.
I don't think I played Call of Duty 2 either, so my first one that I'm actually going to have a small opinion on is 3.
Okay, so Call of Duty number 2, I have this as God tier.
Oh my god. Here we go.
Call of Duty number 2 is God tier. It was my favorite out of the first 3, just because it was amazing. Okay. It's so great. Just like going through all the training, going through all of the, like, the story mode and stuff is it's just really fun. I loved it all. Very cinematically good for, like, being a game that came out in what, like 2003, 2004? 2005? No, I think 3 came out in 2005. But Call of Duty 2 is God tier to me.
Yeah, 3 was 2005.
Call of Duty 3 I have also as okay. And so there's different things that I'm basing these opinions off of. There's so up until Call of Duty 4, I'm not thinking competitive. Just because I never paid attention to competitive until, like, Modern Warfare 2. But, like, in terms of like regular like graphics and gameplay and story mode and multiplayer and zombies and all that stuff, that's what I'm kind of basing all this on. Once we get to like COD 4, that's when I'll start basing like competitive gameplay off of as well. But yeah,
Call of Duty 3 as meh, because I didn't play a lot of it, so I don't really have much to say about it, but I thought it was pretty neat, so okay.
Yeah. So Call of Duty 3 is okay on mine.
Yeah.
And then COD 4 is next. Let's go. COD 4 is God tier.
Ooh. Are we including from the remaster?
No.
Okay, so we're not doing the remaster.
No, remasters do not count.
Okay, so again, this is a case of I just didn't play it too much because I played the remaster, obviously, but old school, I did not play a lot of Modern Warfare because my first COD that I really got into was World at War. But I saw the hype around COD 4. A lot of people enjoyed COD 4. I enjoyed COD 4. I'm putting it at great.
For me, it's God tier. That was the first COD game. So, like, here's the deal. I learned on COD 1, and then COD 2 I grinded the shit out of. COD 3, it was okay. I grinded it a little bit, but then I would always go back to COD 2. When COD 4 came out, I was in that shit. Like, Captain fucking Price can fuck me up. That's where I fell in love with Captain Price.
The only man that can do that.
The only man. That's where I fell in love with Captain Price's character. That's where I fell in love with the game, truly. It's where I started hearing an inkling of, like, competitive, but, like, I wasn't really paying too much attention to competitive at that point. So it's God tier. I still go back to this day and play COD 2 and COD 4. To this day.
I put Modern Warfare at S tier because, like, I'm thinking about maps and other games, and I'm like, it's iconic. It still lives to this day, which says something. So I put it as near perfect, even though I have nowhere.
Yeah, you have to almost put it at near perfect, just because, like, you do have to talk about, like, the iconic COD games throughout these years, and, like, what people always go back to when they talk about, like, just competitive and maps and, like, characters and that stuff. Like, I really feel like COD 4 was where people started getting really into it, really into the franchise. Just because, like, Modern Warfare was also, like, one of the new age games, right? Like, you went from COD 1, 2, and 3 being from the World Wars. And then all of a sudden now COD 4 is, boom, now we're futuristic a little bit, right? Like, this is real technology that we're starting to use. And that's what I think got a lot of people into the franchise and the series.
Yes.
So the next